G'day, and today guys we're going to share with you how we travel with our two cats, Iggy and Champ, and our beautiful dog Valor. You may be considering a lap around Australia and you're not sure if you can leave the cats or the dog behind. I'm going to show you how we do it and how it has made the experience just that bit more special having our full family with us. This is fun. Have you ever wondered what life would be like if you quit your job, took the kids out of school, unplugged from the chaos of normal life and set off on an epic adventure? Hi, I'm Donna and this is my family, and for the past 2 years this has been our mini home on wheels and our driving force behind our sense of adventure. So subscribe and join us as we explore Australia and see what real van life is like through our eyes.
Fish for dinner!
We're going to cover how we travel with them, how we find camps that are pet friendly, where do they poop, and our tips for getting in and seeing national parks even though you've got pets with you. And this one's a hard one. I'm also going to be sharing with you what happened to our girl Valor and the tragedy that we went through in the middle of the year. So stay tuned, let's get to it. Okay, number one, how do we travel with them? Well, with the cats, obviously they're a little bit more temperamental, and we did initially start traveling with them in their travel container. Iggy wasn't into that, nor was Champ, so Champ would laze around the car, but Iggy would walk around and it would become quite dangerous. So we started putting them inside the caravan. We came in after the first trip of 15 minutes. We just did a short trip just to see how they went. Like, they were sleeping. They get themselves underneath the blankets and were totally relaxed when we got to the next place too. So we thought it would scare them, but it didn't at all. I'm not sure if that would work for every cat, but it really did work for ours. And Valor, she would sleep in the back of the car. We just put her mat in there next to the ingle and we've got the cargo barrier and she would sleep in there just fine. And we just had a little fan that went up there and it plugged into the inverter here. She could always sleep in the back seat of the car too, but we found it more comfortable to clear that area out, and that could be her area. So that's how we travel with them. Number two, finding camps. Now, this is quite easy, surprisingly, because we use wiki camps for almost everything. Basically, what we both do is we look out for our next destination where we want to go, and we go onto wiki camps and scroll through and see what camps or caravan parks are in that area. We usually try and go for camps because they're cheaper, they're off-grid, usually more private, and well, we just like them better. For me, I only do ones that allow dogs. It is that simple. That is it. Sometimes there's been camps that we would have really liked to go to, but we weren't able to bring the cats or the dog, and therefore we missed out. And I guess that is just a sacrifice you have to make if you want to have your pooches and pets with you, which we were prepared to make. But bear in mind as well, we did the first 7 months. We got here in September, so we did the first 9 months without Valor, and I still preferred it with the dog. Because if we really wanted to go somewhere, like when we went on the yacht, we just put them into pet care. And when you go to Exmouth, if you want to stay at certain places, you need to put them into pet care. And sometimes you have to drive 100 Ks or so, or find a pet sitter in those areas. And that is generally fairly easy to do. Just Google. Number three, where do they poop? Well, the dog's easy. I mean, anyone with a dog knows that you just have to make sure that you pick up their poop, and you do get very used to making sure that you've got one of those little plastic bags with you at all times. There was one time, I think we were on the beach in the Gold Coast, and I had taken Valor down for a bit of a walk, and I forgot to take a poo bag, and there was heaps of people around, and I just had to wait there for Mark to come up and notice that I wasn't going anywhere, because I couldn't leave it on the beach. So you don't want to get caught like that. Fortunately enough though, there is a lot of beaches that do have those poop bags so that you can pick up your own dog's poop, but you just get so used to it that you always have them on you. And we used to tie them around her little neck. So the cat's poop is quite simple. We just take it into the shower, because we do have a full-size caravan. We open up the vent and that's the area that they poop, and we just change it every day. We use a paper-based kitty litter, but when we're at the beach, we just use the sand, and we either take it back into the ocean or we dig it back into the sand, and It's perfect. At home when they had their pen, that's what they had in their base of it, and they just would love it. The only thing is sometimes they keep the sand on their feet and it gets over the van. So probably the paper option is the best, but whatever you use at home, it's the same. Now this is a good one, and I'm sure you're all thinking this because the national parks in Australia are some of the best things that you're going to want to see. And yes, you cannot bring cats or dogs into them. So our little trick is that we always camp just on the outskirts of the national parks, and you'll find surprisingly that in nearly every national park there is some sort of camp just on the outskirts. It could be a free camp, it could be a campsite, it could be a caravan park. So before you travel with your pet, you will want to make sure that they are comfortable staying inside the caravan for at least a few hours at a time on their own. Now our girl was brilliant with that. She had no problem at all. She would just sleep. Sometimes we'd have to put something on the bed to make sure that she wouldn't get up there and sleep. And we'd often find her sitting on the couch here, which we would like to put a cover down so she doesn't put her nails through it. But her bed would be set up underneath the bed here and she would just sleep. We also had a little trick that if we knew we would be out for a few hours the next morning, that we would have her sleep outside, because we found that she didn't sleep as well outside as what she did inside, as long as she was safe. But she would roll around and I feel like she maybe didn't get the best sleep, so she would come in and just sleep all day. We also were lucky enough that our cats would just sleep in that end of the caravan and we would have no problems, which, you know, we were a little nervous about, but it all worked out well in the end. If you're not sure, just make sure that you do that with them for, you know, an hour or so each time and get them used to it. But the cats are so easy. They basically just stay in the van at all times. We do take them out on little leads and give them some exercise. They definitely love rolling in the sand and the dirt and sitting on our laps for sitting around the campfire, but we always make sure that there's no dogs around. Okay, this is a hard one, and if you haven't been following us, feel free to skip forward. I've put the chapters below, but I'm going to share with what happened to Valor. It's been very difficult to even put it on social media or do anything like that because this happens. Okay. Yes, come on. I can do it. Okay, I'm going to get through it this time because I'm going to say it as quickly as I can. But I just wanted to explain what had happened to our dog, because I was filming with her and then I just stopped editing the videos because I just couldn't handle it anymore, and it was very emotional to put a video together. So we're in Darwin, we were camping at our friend's place and we stayed there for 3 months, and she is very much wanting to get her nose in everything, and we don't actually know what happened, but we assume that she got bitten by like a taipan or something like that, because she's always under rocks chasing things, as you know, a pointer does. It's exactly what they do. So we were out for dinner and our friends were looking after her, and she started drinking lots of water and kind of prancing around like she was hallucinating. And within, I think, 7 minutes of the first phone call, they tried to get her to the vet, but she'd already passed away. So we did some research. We're not sure if it was a toad. We think it was a snake, and it got her on the snout and it just hit her nervous system straight away. Yes. We buried her straight away. I'm hoping I'm strong enough now that I can make videos of us going up through the centre. And all of the videos that I've got ready to go, I've just got to edit them. So that is what happened to our girl Bella, and it was extremely heartbreaking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was helpful and that you may be able to look at this and reconsider whether or not you want to take your dog or cat with you. The cats have just been so easy. I thought that they were going to be a lot more difficult, but as soon as we decided that we were going to take the dog, we organised the cats to come as well, and it's just been a blessing. There's a little bit more work involved, obviously, because you need to be cleaning the caravan a lot more, and they're fluffy, but the love that they show you and the joy that they bring to the family while we're traveling, and the homely feel that our caravan has with our pets with us, is something that you just can't replace. And whilst it's a tragic story of what happened to our dog, it's still something that we don't regret. And what we do love is the fact that we've got all those beautiful memories with her that we shared while we were traveling Australia. So feel free to make a comment down below and share if you think any of these strategies would work for you. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Pussycat, hello. Are you sleeping? Is this your 17th hour of sleep? Wake you up. Yeah, puss. Yeah, I have to feed them separately. That's it.